Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to build a secure, scalable upload system using Amazon S3 API Gateway and AWS Lambda. So instead of sending files through a backend, we will use presigned URLs so that front-end uploads files directly to S3. So this approach is very efficient and performant, and it reduces the server load. And it's mainly used in production environments. I'll walk you through the architecture, the Lambda logic step by step, so that you get to know how we deploy applications in production environments. So let's get started without any delay. So in this, we have a basic folder structure where we have index.html, which has choose file with which we can choose a file and upload to S3, and uploading another file if you want. In the script.js, where we need to update the endpoint. So this is a basic application where we can just upload. So we have upload file, like this method uploads into S3. So let's see how the application will be looking. If you see, we have this choose file, so we can choose a file, and when we click on upload to S3, it should upload to S3. But now, since the API gateway is not updated, or like we didn't deploy, right? So because of which we need to deploy. So let's go to AWS. So there, let's go to API gateway. So here we need to create API, two APIs, Get API and Post API. So let's click on build. So here, so before creating an API, we might need to create a Lambda function. Yeah, first let's create a resource. So now let's create the Lambda function. Let's go. Let's if you see there is no Lambda function. Now we'll go to Lambda, search for Lambda, and we'll go to Lambda. So there we need to update the Lambda, or like create a new function. We'll create a new function for now. So I have it. So create a new one. So we're starting from the scratch. So it will have a default response like small code. So there won't be any code. Let it create. Yeah, meet code created. Let's see how it is, what the code it has. Yeah, so it has hello from Lambda. Okay, so let's create these two endpoints. Now let's select, so we need to refresh. Let's refresh it. So to get that ARN of that Lambda. So let's select the get method, and so let's click on integration of proxy, so that we have access to request and response request body and parameters. We'll create the method called creator, and we'll do the same for the post. So actually we are going to use the same Lambda function for both get and post. So let's create a new method called post. So we are again going to use the same Lambda function. Select the presigned URL. Yeah, let's create. So in order to use these two APIs, we need to deploy and we need to first enable cause. You can test it here. See, you're getting the hello from Lambda. So we have hello from Lambda. Yeah. So let's enable cause. We need for both get and post. In order to make this API available uh, outside of this AWS, we need to deploy it. So let's click on deploy. So here, if you see, like we need to select the stage, but since there is no stage, we are going to create new stage and deploy. So we're creating a dev stage and we are deploying it. This is the invoke URL which we can use outside role uh, to 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 get API responses. We'll get forbidden. Uh, we need to wait for a while to get it deployed. So it is taking some time to deploy. So what we'll do, we'll go to Lambda function. So we have code in our repo. So inside Lambda folder we have presigned URL. So this is a code that we are going to use, which has logic for post request and get request. So whereas which like post request returns you the presigned URL for put, and get request will return you the presigned URL for getting the object. And we need to create S3 bucket. Like now if you see, the bucket name is something different, so we need to create a new bucket. And well, let's create a new bucket. Yeah. So we're naming it as present equal life 98 for now, so that it is unique. So let's create it. So we need to change this bucket URL in our Lambda function. I'll change it to the new bucket name. So we have changed it. So now let's see. So let's see the code. Here we have cause headers. So what it does is when the HTTP method is options. So whenever our browser does a pre-flight request, we are returning these cause headers so that the browser knows we have access to this endpoint. So likewise, we are checking for HTTP method equal to post. If it is post, we are returning the put presigned URL. If it is get, so we are returning the get method get presigned URL. Like we are creating the command under, like below we are generating the pre-signed URL with the get signed URLs, and we are returning the key and URL. So so let's deploy this. So if we see the old one, now we are getting hello from Lambda. We need to deploy our current change so that it will work. So based on our code right now, so once it gets deployed, we might need to provide the key for getting the pre-signed URL. So getting internal server error, so we might need to provide the key. Key is a file name that we want to get the pre-signed URL. So let's make it as test. Now it's giving us the pre-signed URL, but in any way it's not valid because there is no file called test. But it provides you the pre-signed URL. So let's use it in our code. Let's copy this URL and change the endpoint to this. So before yeah, let's and update it. So once we update it, let's see our application. Let's choose a file and try to upload it. Go to network to see where it's going. As you can see, it's getting the URL. Present URL is successfully written from our Lambda and API gateway. but we are unable to upload. What is the issue? There is some issue in our code. So let's see. Everything is coming properly. The URL is proper. Let's go to our VS Code. This function is returning upload URL. Okay, it should be URL. So let me change it. Let it be file key. We are expecting file key. So yeah. So we'll change it to file key and URL. Now let's try uploading. Yeah. And what this one is returning. So this is the URL for getting the photo. Yeah. Let's upload it. Again, okay, the cause error. So we are getting cause error because we didn't update the permissions of our S3 bucket. So let's go to S3 bucket, S3, and go to permissions. In permissions, we see a section called cause. We can update our cause there. So let me quickly drag and paste it here. Okay, again let me paste it. Yeah. So I'm just allowing it for everything. So this I'm allowing all the methods, allowing it to every origin, but we should limit it to the origin that we want. Now let's try uploading. Let me refresh. We are having again the issue. What issue is coming right now? So it's 403. Something that we need to see. Okay, so it is an issue with the permissions. So let's go to Lambda. In configuration, we can see permissions, and when we create our Lambda function, permissions got created by itself, but we need to provide access to the S3 bucket, right? So we didn't provide it. So we need to add we are going to add an inline permission. Right now it has basic permissions, but we need permission for the S3 bucket. So I'm going to give full access to all the buckets for now, but it should be granular. It should have only access to one bucket that we are using right now, but for the time sake and for our understanding, we'll just give it as full permission. And let's reiterate the same approach. Let's upload the file. Okay, it's getting uploaded. Yeah, once it's get uploaded, we get the URL from S3 bucket and we show it. So this is how we upload and download URLs with the help of Presigned URL. Okay, let's go to bucket and see we have these two images that we uploaded right now. So that completes the implementation of uploading images and videos to S3. So this approach is secure, efficient, and highly scalable, making it suitable for real-world applications. So if you find this video useful and helpful, please consider liking it and subscribing for more AWS and backend content like this. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.